With less than 19 days left to find a new place to live, this family could be homeless by the end of March. Amanda Kay and her family is being evicted from a social housing complex in Sudbury after being deemed a market renter, someone who can now afford to pay the market value for rent.
2.5 years ago, I failed to sign a paper. I don't know, I can't turn back time. So they automatically, in 2007, jumped me to market rent. So I said, okay, that way they're out of my life, whatever, I just pay my rent. Well, I didn't know that they would come back and nail me with kicking me out.
Most people who become market renters are given a year to move out. Kay received her notice that she ceased to qualify in late October. She appealed the decision and reapplied for subsidy and was put back on the waiting list. However, at her hearing earlier this week, she was told she had until the end of the month to move out and that she's been blacklisted for 2 years. She says the Greater Sudbury Housing Corporation didn't give her a specific reason as to why she's been blacklisted, considering she qualifies under extenuating circumstances. However, she is behind in her rent after paying for her daughter's medical needs, but says she agreed to pay her arrears. Now, the corporation does not permit on-camera interviews, but admits that its cease-to-qualify policy passed in October 2008 may be controversial given the lack of a rental market here in Sudbury. However, they say market renters not in the subsidy program do have a greater ability to access the private market instead of occupying one of the units required by the more than 2,300 needy single and family applicants on the waiting list. But Kay remains adamant that she is one of those needy families on that list. With her daughter's medical condition, she says they can't afford a 3- or 4-bedroom home in Sudbury where the average rent is between $1,200 and $1,500 per month plus utilities for such a home.
We're only paying $850 here, plus hydro, so there's a big jump, and I'm having a hard time with $850 due to her medical expenses. So how do they expect me to move out and pay $1,200? I'd like to know.
The city is well aware of the lack of social and affordable housing in Sudbury. They've recently approved a location for an affordable housing unit where the tenant pays a moderate rent that is used as a mortgage, allowing the tenant to eventually own the space. But that type of model won't work for everyone.
The other area we have to start putting some attention to is on what we call transition housing. So for people who are at the very lowest end of the income scales, people that are on Ontario Works, unemployed, struggling with perhaps mental health addictions or just not able to kind of move into that system, I think we have to start looking at models of housing that we're seeing in other communities where there's a supportive model of housing.
Mandy Hargrave, northernlife.ca.